Each year, roughly $3 trillion worth of money flows based upon the ratings of the bond rating agencies in commercial paper, asset-backed securities, corporate bonds. If the rating is good, the interest rate is low and the project can go forward. If the rating is low, well, it doesn't pencil out. It's like when you get a bad credit score and you don't buy a home, or you don't, in this case, a business doesn't build a factory. Earlier this year, S&P Global Ratings, the largest of the rating agencies, came up with a proposal which triggered these hearings. And that proposal was described as notching, because the bond rating agencies play two roles. They rate the insurance companies that buy the bonds, and then they rate the bonds the insurance companies buy. And the notching proposal, in effect, told insurance companies that if you buy bonds that weren't rated by S&P, that when S&P went to grade your insurance company, you could be notched downward. That is what triggered this hearing, and I'm pleased to say that this is the most successful hearing I have had as chair of this subcommittee, because S&P, just 2 days before the hearing, announced that they were withdrawing the proposal. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing that. But I still believe that we should pass legislation to prohibit notching. Current statutes prohibit notching with regard to asset-based securities, and we now need to extend that to corporate bonds and other issues. There are other issues that this hearing will also deal with, one of which is relatively new to our subcommittee, and that is whether our bond rating agencies should be allowed to rate the bonds of Russia or Belarus, and whether we should allow our issuers to pay for bond rating agencies from foreign bond rating agencies that choose to continue to provide services. That is to say, whether we should impose secondary sanctions designed to prevent the rating of Russian and Belarusian bonds. Another issue is whether the bond rating agencies will be forced to do something that they haven't chosen to do, and that is speak English to the 320 million Americans who don't understand that the 12th highest rating is capital B, small a2, unless the 12th highest rating is capital B, which I might add is better than B plus by 2 ratings. There are those who think that maybe we should tell people what is the highest rating, what is the second highest rating, what is the third highest rating. There are others that believe that bond rating agencies ultimately paid for by the American people should not speak in a language understandable to those not initiated to Wall Street. A final issue comes up, and that is the incentives in the bond rating agency to give the rating that the people who select the bond rating agencies, the issuers of the bond, prefer. This is the only game where the umpire is selected by one of the teams. Trust me, if the Dodgers got to pick the umpire, Kershaw would never throw another ball. So whether or not the credit rating agencies should continue, or bond rating agencies continue to be the only professionals in our society not subject to professional liability for malpractice, and at the same time should be selected by the issuer, which means all of the incentives are to please the issuer, and there's no risk of liability for giving too strong a rating. Those are the issues that this hearing will address.